Good morning, everyone. You're in for quite the treat today. We're diving deep into my personal journey on how I overcame loneliness and built a fulfilling life here in Portugal. This isn't just another story about packing up and moving. It's really a tale of transformation, resilience, and discovering joy in the unknown. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And to our loyal listeners, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments about today's conversation.
Wow, that sounds so fascinating. I can't even imagine what it was like for you showing up in Lisbon solo. Isn't that, super overwhelming? You had only been in Porto before, right?
Oh, definitely. Arriving in Lisbon was a whirlwind of emotions. It was this mix of excitement and profound loneliness. I was riding the high of moving from Brazil, but stepping into such a different environment was disorienting. The fitness scene here looked promising, but honestly, I wish I had done certain things differently during those early days.
So what did you do in those first few days? Did you just explore the city, or were you, freezing in your guest house?
Oh, I was definitely on the move. After I landed at the Lisbon airport, I immediately jumped into a taxi and headed to the Saldanha area. Staying at a guest house for the first few nights was surreal. To combat jet lag, I made it my mission to roam the streets and soak up the ambiance.
Wow, that sounds, super adventurous. But even though you were out there, you still felt a sense of isolation, right? I mean, how is that even possible?
Right. It was bizarre. I got a job on my second day and it should have been a dream come true. However, the distinct differences in language and culture made me feel like a fish out of water. The first few weeks felt like an uphill battle as I adjusted to this quieter life compared to my busy days in Sao Paulo.
That must have been tough. So, was there a specific moment where it, hit you really hard?
Oh, definitely. There was one night that was particularly challenging. The contrast between my vibrant past and this new, subdued life just overwhelmed me. I let out all my emotions and cried that night. While it felt like a low, it was actually a pivotal moment. I woke up determined to shift my focus from despair to action.
That's so deep. How do you just, decide to be proactive? What changed for you?
I started reaching out to my coworkers and getting involved in local events. It was so essential for me not to isolate myself. I joined sports teams, attended gym classes, and took courses that sparked my interest. Each connection began to lessen that feeling of being an outsider.
Oh, so it's the more experiences you share, the less lonely you feel. Kind of like sharing a pizza. If the whole pie is just for you, it feels sad. But sharing it with friends is way more fun.
Exactly. You nailed it with that pizza analogy. Reflecting now, that initial loneliness has faded. If I could give one piece of advice to anyone thinking of moving, actively engage and immerse yourself within the community. Isolation breeds loneliness, but reaching out transforms your experience entirely.
That's such a good point. What advice would you give to someone looking to move to Portugal? Do you have any practical tips?
Definitely. It's all about not waiting for opportunities to land in your lap. You have to seek them out. If you feel alone, dive into groups, online forums, or local meetups. Engage in activities you love, and don't hesitate to step outside your comfort zone. And if you're listening and have experiences of your own, we want to hear from you in the comments.
Ooh, that sounds so hopeful. I really love the idea of embracing opportunities. It's, just so inspiring. Spring is coming, and I'm just thankful for these brighter days ahead.